Good morning, friends. Very good morning to everyone. Yes, am I audible, ma'am?
Good morning, ma'am.
Good
Yes, ma'am,
morning.
you are audible.
Okay. Good morning to everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning,
Morning,
ma'am. I welcome you all once again to the online need-based training workshop 2020 Panchkula cluster. And I'm extremely grateful to Madam Nisha Patient and our principal, ma'am, Mrs. Jaya Bhardwaj, for making this a reality. And friends, before we start, let us start the day on an auspicious note with the chanting of the Gayatri Mantra. Om. Welcome, friends. I would request everyone to please put on their video so that at least we can meet. Yes, ma'am. I request everyone to please put on your videos so that we can meet. Hello, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. How's everybody?
Morning.
All charged up?
Fine, ma'am.
Okay, all charged up for a new day.
Yes.
So wonderful, ma'am. Yesterday we had talked.
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Yogita, ma'am.
morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hi, how are you, ma'am?
Hi, nice to see you. Thank you.
Same to you.
Continue your webinar. Lots of
Okay.
luck.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yesterday we had talked about multiple intelligence when we had talked about how can we create a conducive learning environment. So today, moving on to the next step, we are going to be talking about motivation and skill enhancement. We all have to understand that motivation is a very, very important factor. Now, before I move on further, ma'am, I want your input. What is your motivating drive? Yes, anyone, ma'am. I want interaction. Who would like to tell me what is your motivating drive in life? Or let us rephrase the question, what has motivated you to be here with me today morning except the attendance? Is there anything else, ma'am? Nirupama, ma'am? Nirupama Gulati, ma'am, I can see you on the screen. If I request you to please share with us, what do you think is your motivating drive to be here?
I want to listen you.
So nice.
I want to get new ideas from you because
Okay.
yesterday I got very motivated to
Okay.
listen new things, to get new things with you.
Okay,
Thank you so much for this cooperation.
So if you realize,
I also love to, ma'am, learn new things. In one seminar, you told that in your adjustment classes, you just have group discussion and you know your words better. And I apply the same. In this way, I learn new things from these kinds of seminar and webinar. I
yes,
love to listen.
so nice of you. And yes,
Aarti
ma'am.
ma'am, of course, a teacher is always a learner, and we are here to learn something new every day, every time.
Absolutely, ma'am. Once a learner, always a learner. And if you realize all these words you are sharing, they are all motivating each other, isn't it? We are all getting motivated. We are getting all charged up. And hopefully, we'll be able to have something with us today at the end of this 40-minute session. Now, if I start with the first, uh, quotation, it says, if we are truly effective teachers, then we are creating autonomous, independent, and self-directed learners and not just successful takers. If you can correlate this with the picture we had discussed yesterday, ma'am, where the elephant and the fish and the monkey and everyone had to climb a tree, do you think there is a relation? Do you think in our assessment parameters, what are we doing? Are we actually creating independent and self-directed learners, or are we just preparing them to take one test after the other? Yes, ma'am? with your hand on your heart, if you can answer this. I mean, from my side, I would say I try my best, but still it is PA1, PA2, unit test, revision test. Isn't that the scenario most of the time?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So most of the time it is this scenario, but we have to go beyond this. I had asked you a little question, what is your motivating drive? So let us see what exactly do we understand from motivation. Before that, we have to find our ikigai. Ma'am, is there anyone amongst us who knows the meaning of this phrase, this Japanese word, ikigai? Have you heard of it? Anyone? Yes, ma'am? Okay. So without, like we don't have so much of time, I'm sorry, I won't be able to give you time to ponder over it. But ikigai means find your purpose. The purpose, what are we doing? Why are we doing? And are we actually fulfilling the purpose? If you all remember, those who are teaching class 8, it is a very important value-based question which says, what is the purpose of your life? And students have to answer this, but believe me, it's an extremely difficult question. Now, what is my ikigai when I have to go to my class? Do I know them? Who is this them, teachers, am I referring to?
Learners.
The learners.
Students.
Yes. So do I know them? Yesterday we had discussed about that we should know about their cultural backgrounds. We should try to find out what are their, we should be curious about them. What do they like or enjoy better? So do I know them enough? Okay, next one is very interesting. Carrots or sticks? Can someone please explain this? Carrots or sticks? Seema ma'am?
Maybe we should.
Okay,
Maybe
okay.
we should be
Reward or
harsh,
punishment?
strict,
Okay, what do
strict,
carrots?
or somehow friendly.
Okay.
Reward or punishment?
Absolutely, absolutely. Are we hanging those carrots in front of them to make them run, or are we constantly pushing them with some kind of fear? You better do this, I'll write in your diary, you better not do that, I'll inform the coordinator, or something like this. Next point, voice and choice. Very important, friends. The children we are dealing with, they need to understand that they have a voice, they can express themselves, and also that they have a choice. If they want to do a certain task in a particular manner, they should be given that option, or at least we should take their inputs. We can put things together according to the time that is available and according to the resources which are available. Do I have a growth mindset or do I have a fixed mindset? Do I always call some children who can't prepare, oh, he's a slow learner, oh, he's a bully, oh, he's a nuisance in the class? Or do I have growth in, I have a mindset which is open to change? What is the reason behind it? What is the purpose? Again, find your ikigai. So what is the purpose that I am here with them? And also, students should be clear about it. What is the purpose? Why they are learning? Like if I give you a very simple example, if you take a group of athletes and we are trying to, teach them reported speech and voice and things like these, they're like, why the hell do we need all this? We need to go out in the fields and run. We need to practice. So you have to relate the purpose that students, language is universal. Language is something you will need for communication, whether you are in school, whether you are in a fancy office, you are in the sports field, or you are giving a speech as the next president of India. Now, motivation, it is the driving force. We all know this. If we read the 4 slides, friends, there are certain factors which are very important for motivation. One, I will start with determination. The students have to be determined, but before that, they have to know why they need to be motivated. There have to be opportunities and there has to be support. There has to be power which has to be exerted from you, but their goals should be very clear to them. There has to be a challenge which is to be given to them, and there must be development which they can assess, which they can measure. at times, how much ever we might feel that motivation is not something, we should not bribe the children, but measurable motivation works with younger children. And of course, the incentive. If I ask the students to decorate the class, they are looking forward to that golden star which they will get at the end of the month or end of the week during the morning assembly. So the goals are intrinsic and extrinsic. Intrinsic goals are for the students who are self-driven, those who dedicate themselves, for their own reason. If I relate it to the learning we did yesterday, I would say these are the intrapersonal students who know their purpose, who understand why they are here. Then you have the extrinsic goals where there are deadlines to be met. Oh my God, I have to submit the project on Monday. So there is a motivation that my project has to be done. There is a social status. If I finish it, I'll be the monitor of the class. As we grow older, money. Then the concept of winning, perks, failure. Okay, children, the group which finishes this project first, you are going to get one extra, let us say, a red star. In that whole group will get that red star. So it depends what is the force. So what is motivation? If we look at it in a broader manner, an important factor which encourages a person to give the best performance, an inner state that energizes, activates, and directs behavior towards goals. It is the degree of readiness to pursue a goal and the determination to achieve it. And if you can see in the picture, there is only one slogan. Can we say it together?
Make
Make nothing happen.
Make things happen.
Yes, make things happen. We have to make them happen, and there is no other example I can give. When we started with online classes, friends, it was like a Herculean task. It was more difficult than climbing the Mount Everest. It was like running up and down on a daily basis. But here I extend my thanks, my gratitude to my principal and the school IT team who have been motivating us. They have been training us day and night. And at times, we might say they have been after our lives, but believe me, they have made this a reality. Now, we come to the next part, that is motivation and skills. Now, can someone please share, what do you understand by skills, friends? What are skills? Anyone? Anju ma'am? Anju Beniwal ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Uh,
Motivation.
No.
Sorry.
Oh, skills.
Skill is yes. Skill is the ability to perform a given task. When we are
Absolutely.
perfect at doing something.
Absolutely. Absolutely, ma'am.
Thank you.
Anyone else, ma'am? Any input from anybody? What do you understand by skills?
Doing something in a perfect way, in a
Okay.
systematic way, that is known as skills.
Okay, ma'am. So motivation and skills are directly related to each other. Rather, they are dependent on each other. A teacher has to show interest in the students. She has to make them feel wanted. She has to practice democracy. She can't be behaving like a dictator all the time. She can't say, sit up. We are not playing sit and stand game, the game which children play. We are facilitators. We are not dictators. We have to make them grow. We have to acknowledge their work, friends. We have to make them understand that whatever they are doing, of course, it is not perfect. Because had it been perfect, they won't be there. They are learners. So we have to keep acknowledging, keep appreciating, and showcase their work. You can put up the worksheets on the bulletin boards. You can have a corner where, you can have your board divided into maybe 4 parts. Those who have done excellent, those who are showing improvement, those who need more improvement. So all this will encourage them, and also they will get to see each other's work, which can further motivate. In our school, what we do, we have a Snap Homework app, and we use that as a motivating factor where we post work which has been done well, and at times we also post work which has shown students who have shown a lot of improvement. So those students, they get motivated. So you have to give them space, you have to respect them, and friends, use technology, a lot of it, and especially in today's time, because technology is the new king on the block. So we all have to use a lot of technology. As I mentioned yesterday, don't let the children know that we are actually dinosaurs. We are not. We are evolving, we are growing. I asked you, what are skills? Let us read. Skills are tools and techniques which empower the learner and help to stimulate and energize the learning environment. Definitely. We have to keep, innovating. We have to keep thinking of new methods. As we discussed yesterday, friends, we had talked about multiple intelligence, where we have to keep applying a lot of skills of the children. And skills are, whenever there is an intelligence which is showcased, there is a skill which has to be used for it. If I'm saying the intelligence is verbal linguistic, can someone tell me what is the skill which will be used here? Yes, friends, for verbal linguistic, which is the skill?
Speaking.
Yes, the communication skills, very, very important. And then as teachers, we know the details of those skills also, how we can recognize them and how we can appreciate them. Now, friends, we are aware of the basic skills. But then today, we are not teaching students who are just basic students, and they don't want basic things. Because as I attended one webinar earlier, I was told material and information is available online. No student is interested in that. The student is interested in how we give it to them, isn't it? If I ask you, I'm not talking about anything which is out of the world. I am talking of the same things which we all are discussing all the time. So, but how do we give it to our children? Do we incorporate some activities? Do we do something in a innovative manner? So let us take the 4 C's first: critical thinking, creativity of the children, collaboration, and communication. These are skills which are required for a child to be able to move on into the world. A child has to be good at it, especially collaboration. I would say, actually, you can't undermine any one of them. But if I say collaboration is the key these days, where we have to collaborate on an international level, because the world now is a global village, as we all know that. Literacy skills. Now, if you see the 3 things I have written, none of them are what actually we know as teachers: information, media, technology. But then this is exactly what they need. Now, information, friends, can be through books, and it can be with the help of the media and technology. Isn't this what we are doing these days? Yes, friends?
Yes.
All the PDF versions have been uploaded by the DAV, and we are using these, the media and technology. We are using WhatsApp, we are using Google Classroom, Google Meets. We are together, we are interacting today on the Zoom. So all this is media and technology. And here, what is very important, we have to train our children from the information which is relevant and not so relevant, because the media, the social platforms are filled with information, but it has to be, we have to make sure our students receive authentic information. Life skills, the flips. Can somebody read them out? Can somebody opt to read them out, please? Anybody? Shelja ma'am? Shelja ma'am.
Read, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Read, please.
I'll
Any one of you can read.
flexibility,
Skills for the
flexibility,
21st century.
leadership, initiative, productivity, social.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much, ma'am. Flexibility. As we discussed yesterday also, flexibility is the key, ma'am. We have to be flexible. We have to see what is there in their mind. Every time we can't change, but we have to change the way we deliver it. You can't have, when you go to the class every time, children will never say, ma'am, please, we are dying to study. No, they are not. They are not looking forward to it. But we have to deliver a lecture in such a way that at least, I'm not saying that they will, get floored by what we are doing. But yes, they might accept what is being done. If I share an example here, it's a personal experience, teachers. I was taking YLE classes for the British Council. We were trained and we had to take classes for our students. And there was one student in my class, very athletic in nature, very good at basketball. Later on, he has gone on to play at state level. Constantly, the room we were in, it was overlooking the games field, and there was a basketball match going on outside, and that particular boy had to sit in my class, and constantly he was looking at his watch, and I could read his face that he wanted to move, he wanted to go out and play. I asked him, I said, Bhuvan, what is it? He says, ma'am, my match is going on, I have left the match and I have to be here. I told him, I said, Bhuvan, you have 15 minutes, run to the field, go and score your basket and be back in 15 minutes. And to my utter pleasant surprise, teachers, that boy was back in 14 minutes, 59 seconds, back into the class. Ma'am, now I am ready to study. So these are the things, this is how flexibility has to be introduced in our sessions. Every time you can't let the child go to the games field, but then at times you have to understand the need for it and you have to put that into action. Leadership has to be, you can't say it has to be taught, but we have to practice it. We have to practice it in such a way because we are training our children to become the leaders of the future. They are the future. They are holding the baton to the future. Initiative. They should be ready to take initiative, friends. It should not always be that please do it. They should come forward and say, ma'am, we want to do it. Ma'am, let's do it this way. Productivity. They should be able to assess what will be the productive end of this whole activity. Then, of course, the social skills, socio-emotional, all these quotients are, the emotional quotient, the social quotient, very important because man is a social animal. We have to interact with people. We have to, constantly, we have to be impressive also, and we have to be successful. Unlocking potential through interaction. How do we do that? We can encourage them to express themselves. We should appreciate their efforts. And friends, we should understand their limits. We should incorporate a lot of games and activities and encourage self-check. Have you ever, anyone has conducted any activity in class where your students have been encouraged to check themselves? Anyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Please share.
I have done it.
Yes,
That
ma'am.
I always tell the first activity in any when the session begins, I do this. My name is me,
Yes, ma'am.
and what the children have to do is that they have to write the adjectives which describe their the initials,
Yes.
whatever name they have,
Yes.
and then they have to write a paragraph. So that is what I do with them.
Yes, ma'am. So these things, all of us now, we are all CBSE schools. We all are aware of the portfolio which our students have to prepare. This is a very important self-check activity because the student can keep gauging his growth and improvement. Instead of you or me telling them all the time, this is good and this is not so good, we have to encourage the students. And of course, other activities, pair work, group activities, social skills, all the schools, especially being in a DAV, ma'am, we all are practicing community outreach programs, isn't it? So, programs like blood donation. Yes, ma'am.
Sorry to interrupt.
No
And
problem.
when I do this activity, I tell the children not to use any negative adjectives for themselves.
Yes. So
But
here,
they
yes.
do it. So all the reality comes out.
Yes, absolutely. So we come back to the point, know your learner. Because here we will realize why the child is using a negative adjective, if at all the child is doing it. So if you can see, friends, there's this activity. Our school, we are a member of the ISA, the International Scholastic Award by British Council. And we conducted this activity, Culture in a Box. It's a collaborative activity with a school in South Korea. We had to, this activity, it's an activity which was just born. It happened on its own. I just talked to my students that, okay, students, how do you think we can portray India? And they came up with very many things. They just gave me a few words. Okay, ma'am, food, culture, dances, languages, all these things. And I kept writing them on the blackboard. And once we had a group of words with us, you can see this boy, he's reading out. I asked the children, I divided them into groups, and I asked them to click pictures portraying certain aspects, and they did a speaking activity, first a writing, then a speaking. Then you can see in this picture, there is a bunch of Korean students. You know, we this school, Seoul is a city in South Korea. We had exchanged information with them. You can see principal ma'am, she's opening, you know, she's holding the flag, and there is lots of goodies lying here. Now, how did this happen? Can you see these Korean children? They have a chart in front of them which is saying that, you know, the food platter. So we sent a lot of our information to them, and we received a box of goodies for these children. Now, of course, these goodies, ma'am, were just noodles and tops and some bookmarks. But what was the motivating factor? Can anyone think? What do you think must have motivated the children to work so hard? Anyone?
Maybe the love for their country.
Yes, they were the ambassadors. That collaboration streak, suddenly they became the ambassadors for India. So now we come to language skills. Language skills, see, teachers, language is absolutely central to learning. Without it, one cannot make sense or communicate. So there are 4 basic skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Needless to say, I don't need to explain anything to anyone. But how learning takes place by hearing when we talk of listening. In speaking, which is a repetition of information. Reading is basically you are depicting, you are seeing the language which is put in the print, and writing is to finally reproduce. As we all know, 2 of these activities are active activities and 2 are passive. Yes, Natasha ma'am, would you please share with us which are the active activities out of these 4 skills?
Speaking
Yes, ma'am.
and
Writing.
writing.
Yes, somebody
Writing.
said yes, ma'am, absolutely. Listening and reading are rather passive. They are the input, and speaking and
Yeah.
writing are the output. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
yes, but many times, friends, we tend to overlook the listening and reading part. Now, you can see on your screen, you can see the basic skills. There are various types of listeners: those who are active, those who are involved, those who are detached, and those who are passive. There again, that motivation has to be there to listen to what is being spoken. So that we all have to keep creating that motivation among the children. Then the types of reading which takes place: are we only skimming and scanning, or are we doing intensive and extensive reading? Now, intensive reading, friends, is done when we are doing reading comprehension, and extensive reading is done when we are reading a book. It takes place over a longer period of time. Now, what is important in speaking? You need fluency, you need pronunciation, your vocabulary should be good, and of course, the grammatical structure. And for writing, today in the evening, friends, you have a detailed webinar on writing skills. So I won't be going into any detail right now. So spellings, punctuation, use of connectors, vocabulary, sentence types, all these things. Of course, the organization, coherence, that is very, very important. We have to use our course books communicative. How do we do that? We have to allow students more time to practice by reinforcing book activities. So we all know that in our books we have pre-reading tasks, and we have lots of activities at the end of the lesson. And also along with the lesson, we can take up activities. We can have a group discussion based on it. Now, if I give you a very quick example, if I asked you to, recall my experiments with truth, where Gandhiji has talked about his habit of stealing. He stole. You all remember? He stole a piece of gold from his brother's armlet. So, yes, we can, start a small discussion that, children, do you think Gandhiji was dishonest? And then we will have lots and lots of information from the children. What do they think? After all, a person who is internationally acclaimed, if they come to know that he had been stealing. So there are 2 things which can happen. One is they will understand that everybody is human. And second, they will understand the value of truth and non-violence. That mistakes do happen, but we have to learn from it. Then we can ask them
Improve
to,
upon them.
yes, definitely, ma'am. And then we can ask them, various things to ask, test questions of new language. Okay, which are the new words you learned? Which is the noun out here? Which sentence is written in reported speech? How can we change it into direct and indirect speech, active and passive voice? Then, after the whole exercise, we can also take up a role play depending on the time that is available. So these, and more very important, we must use writing exercises. Friends, you must have noticed at the end of every lesson, we have a writing exercise which is given, which helps the students reflect. If you can relate to, I had planned a little activity, but due to paucity of time, let's give up on this. Let's just go a bit further. Okay. I wanted to share this. Friends, these activities, the ones on top, these have been done in the good times, let us say the non-COVID times. We all are aware of the Rath Yatra. We all take it out every year in the month of January, end of February. And also the parliamentary debate, which is very popular among the students because lots of their skills are honed at this time. But I want you to focus on the ones which are below. There are two things which are important out here. One, as you can see, art integration, a very important aspect, as CBSE is laying a lot of emphasis on art integration. And friends, this is the Lit Fest, which was celebrated online. We observed the Lit Fest from the 23rd to the 25th of April 2020, and these are the entries we got, the winning entries from our students, and this was a wonderful thing that happened. Now, and also while designing the book cover, they learned a lot of things. What goes into a cover of the book? Maybe some of them had never looked into the cover of the book very carefully before. When they are doing a poster, they are learning values, they're talking about social issues, they are learning presentation skills, and of course, how to use slogans and catchy phrases so as to convey the meaning of what they want to, share with others. Now, this is an extensive reading activity, friends, which was conducted in our school, reading with principal. We went on to receive an award for this in Delhi. First, the students were encouraged to read a book. After that, there was an interaction with the principal. You can see the pictures, they speak a lot. After that, you can see the reading support programs which took place. The students, you can see those, those who are familiar with class 8 books, the FOYO, so it reminds you of which story, friends? Yes, anyone? It's a restaurant. Lesson number 6. Anybody?
The luncheon.
Yes, ma'am.
The luncheon.
Yes. So
It's the luncheon.
Yes, ma'am. So our students enacted this, and then you can see they put up because 23rd April is also a day for Shakespeare, so they put up a part of a play. And also we conducted some community outreach programs where members from the families were invited to share stories and experiences with our junior section. So all these things are very important when you have to conduct any activity, because whether formally or informally, all learning is taking place. Storytelling. Now, what are the skills which are developed? Now, storytelling, let us not limit ourselves to fairy tales only, friends. Storytelling, thinking skills, communicative competence, analytical skills, all these skills, as you can see, they are built with the help of storytelling. Voice modulation, how to deliver our story, how to present the story. So they encourage a person to be a good speaker also. Confidence building. Many of our students are shy. So when you read out a story to them, and maybe you can ask them to read out a part which they enjoyed the most, that can encourage them to speak. Then another activity, role play. Role play is an important activity which we all take up, and you can read all the skills. They are on your screen. Brainstorming sessions, writing skills, speaking skills, oratory, confidence building, and of course the intelligence which is taken care of, bodily kinesthetic, interpersonal, art integration. All of these things, they are very important for the growth of a student. Now, coming towards the end of the session, we have to understand that education prepares a student for life. A person who is self-driven is highly motivated to take on life's challenges. So, we have to understand that our learners are not just passive recipients, they have to be encouraged to explore. And there is a list of activities which I have shared out here: puzzles, creating posters. And friends, before I forget, we must introduce a lot of humor in the class. So, talking about certain, putting the puns in place at the right time, we can always introduce humor along with the grammatical concepts. Then these are few more activities which have been conducted in our school. You can see we play board games to teach grammatical concepts, to raise social issues. Where our students, they are taking out a rally. Ma'am, just a minute before we wind up, let me just share the link. So our students, they are carrying out rallies. Here you can see they're decorating the bulletin board, and we are conducting exhibition where they have put up various exhibits which are displaying their language skills. Okay, while you fill up the feedback form, let me see if we can take up some queries from the chat box.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes,
we
ma'am.
haven't received the link on our screen.
I'm sending it once. Yes, ma'am. It has been sent. Please check once again.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am, it's not there.
Okay.
We haven't got it yet.
Just a minute. Sending it once again.
Hi.
Before we wind up, I don't want to zoom out, ma'am. Is there anything anybody would like to share? Anyone, ma'am? It was wonderful meeting all of you, ma'am. Due to paucity of time, we have not been able to conduct activities because, ma'am, have you received the link now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay,
Thank
you so much, ma'am. And your inputs are valuable. Kindly share in case there is anything you would suggest, how we can do better as a group, as English teachers. Your suggestions are most welcome, ma'am. Please put on your video. Once again, let us say bye formally to each other. In the evening, you will be meeting Mrs. Anupama Mahajan. She will be conducting the next session with you all. Okay, ma'am. It's nice to see you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. It's been lovely meeting you all. And I hope all of you are keeping safe and healthy and enjoying yourself along with the new modes of teaching and learning.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. We have a minute. You can fill the feedback form and bye-bye for that.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you
Thank
so
you, ma'am.
much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, anyone has anything to say? Anything? Anyone
It
wants
was
to
really a nice session. I enjoyed it a lot.
Thank you,
We
ma'am.
learned many things from this experience.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Even I learned a lot. And I mean, the whole idea of presenting myself online and everything, I start my learning from there. Because the moment we came to know we would be conducting these webinars, for a minute, we were all taken aback. But it took us a moment, and then we were put together. We were motivated by our school administration, and we were encouraged. And here we are. It has become a reality. So hope to meet you in healthier times. And let's pray for this whole pandemic to settle down and we all come out safe and healthy from this. Thank you, ma'am. May I end the meeting now?
Yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
your presentation is the best.
Oh, no, ma'am. We are
I
not.
love-
Okay.
Yes,
thank-
ma'am. We are just, we are enjoying everything. And you are so confident while presenting everything.
This is
We
a
love
very
your presentation.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I felt
And
so,
especially
ma'am.
the
So that I have
connection of all the activities, ma'am. The connection of all the activities with the skills.
Yes,
That
ma'am.
were the wonderful. That were
Okay.
the wonderful part.
Thank you so much. I've tried my best. And
Thank
I'm
you so
glad
much.
that I could reach out to everyone. Okay,
Yes,
ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, bye bye,
Thank you so much.
Thank
everybody.
you. Thank you,
Bye.
ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Take care,
Thank you,
everyone.
ma'am.
Bye,
Bye.
ma'am. Bye.